Hi you guys! So my name is Kristen and welcome to my YouTube channel. I haven't introduced myself in a while, so I wanted to just go ahead and reintroduce myself. My name is Kristen and my channel name is Beauty by Beautiful Disaster RN. I am a registered nurse, so that is the reason for my name. Also, my husband calls me his beautiful disaster, so that is the reason for my channel name. And so I just wanted to go ahead and say hello to those of you that are new to my channel and just reintroduce myself again. So today I'm going to be filming for you my sample roulette. This should be like round 16 and 17. I had all the best intentions of filming it last weekend. It is Thursday, the 21st of April, and like I said, this weekend should probably be number 17, I believe. I've totally lost track. I am like totally off my game with this. I have worked through a lot of my foil packets, so a lot of what I have is more deluxe size sample things, so it's a little bit harder to go through some of these products. And in the last 2 weeks I have only used up 2 samples. Part of that is that I haven't really been focusing on using up my samples, so I really got to get back into doing that, get back into a skincare routine and things at night. But I only used up 2 in the last 2 weeks, so I'm going to go ahead and show those to you. And what I decided to do was pull a couple of these things out of my sample roulette that I have already pulled, that are kind of products that I should be working on that I'm not, and if I'm honest with myself, I'm probably just not going to use them. So I will go ahead and show you. I am not going to pick any new products this time. I'm going to try and focus on what I have and try and use up more for the next update, and then I will film one not next weekend or this coming weekend, which is the 23rd and 24th, but the following weekend, which should be the 30th and the 31st, or the 1st. I'm really bad about which months have 31 and which ones only have 30. So at any rate, I will go ahead and show you the 2 products that I have used up in the last update. First, actually, let me explain to you what a sample roulette is. If you haven't been following any of us ladies that are doing this here on YouTube, several of us ladies decided that we had way too many samples to hold on to in our collections, and so we set out on an effort to try and use up as many samples as we could this year. We've labeled it hashtag 365 days of samples on Instagram. I will go ahead and put my Instagram name up here and you can follow me there. I know Elle from LS is doing this. Of course, my brain always farts when I need to remember who is doing what, but I will, like I said before in previous videos, I will post down below who I know is doing something similar to this. And so we're just making an effort to try and get rid of samples in our collections. And I know that I'll say this here too, Ruby Rouge and Stephanie from the Daisy Girly were really interested in how many samples I started out with this year. I don't know if Elle did that as well. I went through and counted, and give or take, I have about 200 to 201 or so samples that I started with, including the ones that I've already finished up. And so when I counted the ones that I've already finished up, I got somewhere like 90, 91, and I think on my Instagram I only had like 70 or 71 documented. So I think somewhere along the way I might have counted them as one before and I counted them separately this time. Either way, no big deal. I'm getting stuff out of my collection, which is the biggest thing that matters. So anyways, I'm rambling here. So what we do is we randomly pick samples. We started out at the beginning of the year, and I think Elle is still doing it, but started out at the beginning of the year picking 7 samples each week and using up and kind of just rolling and choosing 7 each time. Sometimes we'd use up 7, sometimes we'd use up 10. So, you know, sometimes we were keeping up with what we were pulling and sometimes we were pulling more, and then there were just products that we were continuously working on. Of course, some products duplicate, so they do take a little bit longer, and there are some weeks that maybe you only finished up 2 or 4, as in this case. So I will go ahead and show you the products that I've used up, and like I said, I'm not going to choose any because a lot of what I have left, I do have some foil packets, but a lot of what I have left is bigger deluxe size samples that are going to take me longer to work through, and I just want to finish up some of what I already have rather than potentially duplicating some of the things that I already have and then backing up even more. So let's get down to business. The first thing that I used up is this K Bella Refreshing Pomegranate Peel Off Mask, and this was in my samples basket, but I realized that this was given to me by a friend at work. One Christmas, she put together some Christmas baskets and stuff for us, and this was one of the products. And to be honest, this was okay, but I learned after the first time that I used it that you can only put it in certain areas. Obviously, probably like most peel-off masks, which I'm a newbie to anyways, you don't want to put it right up against the hairline. You definitely want to avoid your eyebrows and anything like that. It is one of those masks that really hurts when you're peeling it off if it's catching on any of those little hairs. So even in here, in your little baby hairs, in your little, you know, semi-feminine sideburns that, you know, some girls have, just that little bit of patchy hair right there. And this is like a melted kind of sugar, like almost like that kind of rock sugar that is going from a liquid or a jelly kind of state into a like really hard state. Like that's what the mask feels like when you're putting it on. So it's really thick, really hard to spread, and then it's just a pain in the butt to take it off. It doesn't peel off in one nice sheet. And the scent was okay. I think a little overpowering at times. It almost had like a chemical undertone to it. I think I've seen these sold at Target, so I think that that's where they sell them, but not something that I would repurchase for sure. So the next sample that I used up is this Nourish Organic Moisturizing Cream Face Cleanser. And this is its cucumber and watercress, and it says it's a fragrance-free formula. I think that this probably went bad because it definitely was not fragrance-free, and it definitely was not a pleasing scent at all. So I used this about halfway, and then I pretty much just used a whole lot of it at the end just to make sure that it was gone, but I didn't want to completely waste it, which I did waste some. But I did not like this at all, would not repurchase this brand. I do have a serum that I'm trying to work through, and it's just really super oily, so I think that that's going to be another one that I really just kind of dump and let go of, but we'll see in the next coming videos for this sample roulette. So as I said in the intro, there's only 200 products, so it's definitely not going to get me through the end of the year, but I'm okay with either decluttering or at least using up all of my samples and then just trying to stay on top of it. As I get samples, go ahead and use them. Now I'm going to preface by saying that a lot of my makeup samples are not kept in that bag. There are some, but a lot of my makeup samples are not kept in there. I actually have a box of, say, mini and sample size things that I can choose from as far as makeup goes. So I do have a lot more in regards to that as far as samples, but those aren't going to be included in the purposes of this project, so I'm not going to worry about them. But there is some makeup type products in that bag that were already there, and I just kind of left them there because I think it kind of breaks things up also. So I'll give you some updates on a couple of products that I'm using. These are the only two that I could think of that were open. No, hold on. So I'm going to give you an update on some products that I am currently working on that I have pulled in this project. That's what I thought I would kind of do with this video, since I am not going to be pulling any new products. So the first thing I have here is this Super Cleanse Daily Clearing Cleanser from Glam Glow. And so I have about one more mask in here. I think I've used this twice so far, so I can get about 3 masks out of this. I really enjoy this product. The only thing that I really don't like about it is the scent. It's pleasant at first to me, and then you can really smell the licorice, and I am really not a black licorice fan, so that's exactly what this reminds me of. And so probably not one of the Glam Glows that I would repurchase, but I do have a couple of the new Gravity Mud samples that I really want to try that are not in the basket, so I think I'm just going to use them, and I will report on those in my sample roulette as well. The next product that I have is this Philip B pH Restorative Detangling Toning Mist, and the main ingredient in this is apple cider vinegar, and you can definitely smell it, but you can't smell it in your hair. The jury's still kind of out on this. I'm not entirely sure if this does a really great job with detangling or not. My hair is just really coarse and knotty when it's wet, so it's really difficult to tell. I don't think this works as well as my No More Tangles that I get at the grocery store. It's a kids brand and it's always worked really well on my hair and has a much more pleasing scent than this, but I do intend to use this up. I think I am right about here on this, so definitely working through this and finishing this up. The next product I have is this Jurlique Herbal Recovery Advanced Serum, and again, the jury is kind of out on this as well. I'm not entirely sure of the scent. It's definitely a scent that I'm reminded of something else that I've used in the past, so I'm not sure if it's going off or if it's just that herbal scent to it. It doesn't bother me too terribly much, so I'm still using this, but I can't tell exactly where I'm at in here. I'm guessing I'm right down to right where my finger starts down there. So not too much left in here, and I might have a difficult time getting this out of the bottle here soon. The next product I have that I actually haven't used in a little while, this is a really thin formula. This is the Boscia Oil-Free Nightly Hydration. And this is a really thin formula. I think I could probably finish this up pretty soon, so I should probably try and focus on using this. But this is okay, not life-changing or anything like that, but I'll finish that up. This is the Kate Somerville Age Arrest. This is the Kate Somerville Age Arrest, and I am right about here on this. And so what I do with this is I put it underneath my eyes, on my eyelids, in the center of my forehead where I have a couple of wrinkles, and I put it on my creases here and my smile lines. And I use that almost like a anti-wrinkle treatment. It is Age Arrest. It says it's an anti-wrinkle cream, so I suppose you could put this all over your face, but I've just been using it in those targeted areas, so it is taking me a little bit longer to finish up. This Peter Thomas Roth Firm Peeling Gel Exfoliant is something that I don't think I pulled in this sample roulette project since the beginning of the year, but it is something that was a sample that I am working through. But to be honest, I haven't used it in quite some time. I'm really afraid to use it because I don't know if this was something that gave me a rashy kind of bumpy situation on my face, or if it was something else. And I know I mentioned this in the past with that product, not knowing what it was that caused it. But I think I want to give this one more go and just see and maybe try and get it used up if it's not the culprit of that situation. The next product I talked about not too long ago, and I haven't used them again. I need to use them. This is the Puffy the Eye Bag Slayer Wake Up Under Eye Patches. I really did enjoy these. I felt like it really gave my under eyes some light and really pumped up my under eyes. So I do want to go ahead and finish these. I do have 2 more sets of these to finish up. The next product I've used once. This is the John Frieda Frizz Ease Straight Fixation Smoothing Cream. I did use this once, like I said. I haven't used it again because I did go ahead and go out and get my hair done, and I haven't washed it since then. So I haven't used this product, but I definitely really enjoyed this. It definitely smoothed out my hair really, really nicely. Really enjoyed this, enjoyed the scent, so can't wait to finish that up. And so the next several things are products that I'm either going to exclude from this sample roulette kind of tally of things that I haven't finished, or completely get rid of in my collection. And so the first 2 things I think I'm just going to take off my tally list as far as what I'm trying to work on. My mouth just did something really weird. My tally list for what I am going to be trying to work on that I've pulled for this sample roulette, and they are both kind of like a lip butter kind of lip balm product. This is the Lip Macaron by MOR. And so I did try these both a couple times on my lips just to see if it was something that I even wanted to try and use. And I think I do like both of these. This has 10 grams of product in it. It's quite a bit of product. And this has 0.1 ounce. This is the Mox Botanicals Lip Butter in Pomegranate and Fig. And I do smell that. So I really do want to work on both of these at some point. But because I have 2 other lip butter products going on, or lip conditioners that I would use these, I would use for that purpose, I decided to go ahead and just exclude them from this project. And then the 2 things that I'm going to completely pull out are the Big Sexy Hair Spray and Play. And I think I said when I pulled this that I don't use hairspray very often. And I've got some full-size stuff that I really want to work through and try and finish. And I don't want to have to try and focus on this because it's in my sample roulette. Now, that being said, I don't have to finish everything by the end of the year that I've pulled in this project, but you know, I definitely want to actually focus on things that I know that I'm going to use up. So I am going to go ahead and give this away. And the next thing is this Design Pulse Beach Clay Strong Destructing Mud. And I know I said I was going to look this up and maybe try to use this, but I think I know that this is not something that I'm going to try to put in my hair or try to use. I'm just not a big hair product person to begin with as far as styling products and things like that. So I was just really honest with myself and decided I was going to go ahead and pull this out. Maybe something that I might... I'm also trying to decide if the smell is, you know, like going bad or if that's just a smell. But I thought maybe I would give this to my grandma. She likes like a spray wax kind of thing, and I don't even know if this is supposed to function like a wax or anything. It's a clay, but at any rate, it's going to be taken out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this style of update. I just didn't want to go ahead and pull more products until I'm able to use some more things up. And I know I've been saying that for a little while and then continue to still pull products. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.